and Holistic Progress Card, organized by Rukmani Devi Institute of Advanced Studies under the visionary leadership of Seth Pokharmal Educational Society. Today, we joyfully inaugurate this educators seminar with unity, introspection, and national renewal in the space of education through the NEP 2020 and its vision-driven initiative for the Holistic Progress Card. On behalf of organizing team and Research and Development Cell Rdias, I extend a heartfelt welcome to keynote speaker Dr. Indrani Bhaduri ji, the CEO and head of Parak under NCRT, Director Rdias, Professor Dr. Raman Garg, Dean Rdias, Professor Dr. Namita Garg, Convener of Sangachadhwam 2025, Ms. Rajni Mahajan. We also have an eminent presence of the founder, Uja Global Principal Associations, principals from CRPF School, Rohini, Bal Bharti School, Rohini, Public School, Academic Heights Ward School, Maharaja Agrasen Model School, PM Shri KV, Sector 3, Rohini, and Delhi Police Public School, and our esteemed educators. Before moving on, I would like to it's my honor to share the noble vision behind SPMES, that is Seth Pokharmal Educational Society. The society is a beacon of progressive education since 1986, established with the vision of late Shri K.C. Garg ji and Srimati Anita Garg ji. Seth Pokharmal Educational Society operates several institutes under its umbrella: Rukmani Devi Public School Junior Wing, Rukmani Devi Public School Pitampura Road Global Aspirants. It's now again my honor to introduce you all to the Sangachadhwam, the annual educator seminar. So, the term Sangachadhwam from Vedic thought translates to let us walk together. This seminar is a step in that direction that brings teachers in alignment with the Transformational National Educational Policy 2020 and the Holistic Progress Card, so that every learner is empowered not just academically, but even in life skills and values. As educators, our responsibility is not just to teach what to learn, but also how to learn, why to learn, and most importantly, how to apply knowledge meaningfully in the real world. It is now my privilege to invite Professor Dr. Raman Garg, Director Rdias, who is a researcher and a progressive educationist who believes in integrating global research excellence with India's national education vision, to kindly propose the welcome address.
Namaskar, everybody present here, principals, teachers, my colleagues, Madam Indrani ji, dignitaries. I welcome you to Sangachadhwam. Sangachadhwam is a mantra taken from Vedas, and often it is translated as, let us move together, let us speak together. It emphasizes unity, harmony, and a shared purpose, encouraging people to come together and work towards a common goal. This platform is carved by Rukmani Devi Institute of Advanced Studies, a management institute, to enable practitioners reflect and discuss upon the future of education inter alia with NCF and NEP. As an educator myself and a teacher, I very strongly believe that we have a choice to make, and that choice is in that 40-minute period we are given in the classroom. The choice to either assess the students in traditional ways or to make them future-ready global citizens of this great nation we call Bharat. The choice is, the teacher in that 40 minutes is expected to do a lot. She has to finish the curriculum, clarify the doubts, look at slow learners and fast learners, give homework, etc., etc. And the choice is now upon, I think, my colleagues, young teachers, to delve upon, rethink upon, recalibrate upon, and discard irrelevant and pick what is more relevant, what the class group is expecting, what the class group lacks at, and what pedagogical initiatives one can come up with to optimize learning and bring up efficiency so that students find purpose in learning. You all are teachers, and a student would be most happy if he's given an extra sports period. So why not an extra physics period or an English period? So the objective is learning, I think, is not to be able to earn a livelihood, but also to become a socially sensitive citizen with integrity and honesty. Values that our Indian cultural heritage promote are very important, I think, along with adaptability in the world, adaptability as a skill to proceed in the world to come. And I believe we all know this. We all know what the problem is. We all know, as a parent, as a teacher, what the solution is. But we all have the hammer, but we seldom strike it on the nail. And I think this platform encourages you to openly discuss, reflect, and strike the hammer so that pertinent questions are asked and discussions are there, discourses are there, and we all come up with a more practical, more outcome-oriented solution. I'm fortunate we were discussing these things with Madam Indrani in the conference room. Her work is aligned with what we are talking here about today. And I'm fortunate that Madam has taken time out of her schedule and blessed us and shall discuss and deliberate upon the holistic progress card, which she and her team have worked upon. And I think it's the need of the hour that we bring child into the center and not consider child as a subject of our teaching and a subject to test educational theories upon. I think a beautiful couplet would echo what this platform wishes you to do, and I think this is what personally I feel that you should take back from here today. And I think if it reaches you, then acknowledge it with an applause. So the couplet is like this: Ki hai bagbano ye sitam na karna. I consider teachers as gardeners and students as flowers. See, hai bagbano ye sitam na karna. Tum kachi shakhon ko kalam mat karna. So let them grow, let them prosper. And with this, I think that is the purpose of being a great teacher, that your pupils, wherever they are, they remember your fragrance, they remember your touch, your hand that touched their soul, that brought out the human in them, so on and so forth. So last but not the least, I thank you for taking time out for registering to this event. And I encourage more open participation, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. To brief us about the objective and the flow of today's seminar, I now invite the convener of the seminar, Ms. Rajni Mahajan, to share the purpose and framework of this academic exchange. Ma'am, please.
Namaskar and welcome to all. Thank you, sir, for setting tone with such clarity. As educators, we know that the 40-minute classroom period is where real decisions are made. Decisions that shape not only learning outcomes, but the lives and identities of our students. The idea of Sangachadhwam was born from this shared reflection and from the lasting vision of our late chairman, Shri K.C. Gargji, who often reminded us that if we want to prepare learners for an uncertain future, we must be willing to lead the change ourselves. Our team at RDPS began this journey with the NCERT learning outcomes in 2019, and we have lots of teachers and my team members sitting over here also who very well taken that lead. We moved towards competency-based assessments and even developed our holistic progress cards based on observations and reflections. When the draft of the holistic progress card was released, it gave further shape to our efforts while also raising valid concerns around feasibility, clarity, and support. That's how Sangachadhwam emerged, as a space for open, honest, and forward-looking dialogue. Such dialogue is essential if we are to meaningfully contribute to the national vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. So today's sessions are designed to help us unpack the intent behind the holistic progress card, surface on ground insights from teachers and school leaders, spark conversations that connect policy with practice in the upcoming workshop session in the second half. We hope you will not just listen, but actively participate so that together we can co-create educational spaces that are more inclusive, adaptive, and learner-centered. Let this be a day of courageous conversations and collective clarity so that we can lead towards Viksit Bharat. Thank you and have a great, insightful session.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for setting the context for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is genuinely a moment of pride and honor to welcome Dr. Indrani Bhaduri ji at Rdias, who serves as a visionary CEO and head of PARAK, that is Performance, Assessment, Review, and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development, the National Assessment Wing of NCERT under the Ministry of Education. Before moving ahead, it's my honor to highlight the recent initiatives and achievements undertaken under the MAM's guidance. The first one is Holistic Progress Cards that was championed by Madam. HPCs enable 360-degree student assessment that combines teacher evaluations, self-reviews, and peer feedback with successful rollout in workshops, such as in UP, where she inaugurated a 5-day training event for 66 school boards. The second achievement, standardizing assessment practices, wherein Madam is leading efforts to harmonize board examination and question paper templates nationwide, with collaborating with states like Punjab, where PARAK and PSEB have co-created a competency-based national question bank. The third achievement, capacity building and transparent systems. Under her leadership, PARAK conducts extensive workshops in March 2025 in Pune, wherein the main focus was on secondary stage HPCs that supports digitize exam platforms and fosters teacher training to ensure equitable and transparent assessments for all students. Madam Bhaduri ji is a distinguished researcher and policymaker with extensive contributions in assessment frameworks, learning outcomes, and statistical analysis in education. As the head of PARAK, Madam is spearheading India's shift towards competency-based assessments, ensuring that education truly reflects a child's holistic learning journey throughout his life. May I now request Director Rdias, Professor Dr. Raman Garg ji, to welcome our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Indrani Bhaduri ji. Thank you, sir. May I now request Madam Bhaduri ji to please come on the stage and address the gathering on NEP 2020 and Holistic Progress Card and the future of educational assessment in India. Please welcome.
सभी को नमस्कार and indeed grateful to Rukmini Rdias, Rukmini Devi Institute of Advanced Studies in Education for organizing this dialogue on NEP, National Education Policy 2020, and especially on the transforming assessment, learning assessment that it is talked about. And we are going to travel this road together, so please don't hesitate in asking questions. The more the question, the better the clarity. And I'm grateful to Dr. Raman Garg ji and his better half and the entire team from Rdias for organizing this. Rajni ji has been constantly with me to ensure that this session happens. So I want that all of you who have come here, who are present here, I would request you to make use of this session and clarify all your doubts. I have been joined by my Parak resource persons. Miss Mani is here and Miss Sunisha, and both of them will kind of walk you through the entire holistic progress card at the secondary stage. I will just initiate you to the holistic progress card. What is the philosophy behind and how did we go about doing it? But before I go to the holistic progress card, there is another achievement of Parak which I would like to showcase, because this we have just finalized. It has been released by Honorable Shiksha Mantri ji, the Parak Rashtriya Sarvekshan 2024. When we talk about the learning assessment in schools, learning assessments can be broadly divided into three major categories. The first learning assessment that we talk about is maybe the large-scale assessments. In this large-scale assessment, which is one of the example is this Parak Rashtriya Sarvekshan. This is a large-scale assessment wherein I am not trying to understand the performance of the individual child, individual teacher, or individual school. I am interested as a policymaker to understand how the systems are performing. System meaning the education system. So the system at the district level is performing, the system at the state level is performing, and the system at the national level is performing. So for this, we conduct the large-scale assessment, and these assessments, like I said, that we are not looking into the individual child, so they are system-level reflection. So it's not for each and every child. It's a sample-based assessment. I sample students from the districts, and that sample becomes the representative of the entire district. All right? So can we have the Parak Rashtriya, and can I control it? Because I would require no, I want the dashboard. How many of you have seen the Parak Rashtriya Sarvekshan dashboard? Anybody who knows about large-scale assessment? Okay, tell me.
So ma'am, we know about the, good morning. So we know about the NAS, and that is
Wonderful. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
So we know I have an idea about the NAS results as well. And all that I know is that after NEP came into picture, the NAS has been restructured or renamed as the Parak Rashtriya Sarvekshan 2024. As far as my knowledge goes, the results were still awaited. So maybe they have been declared.
They have been declared on 2nd of July.
Yeah, the last was in 2022 NAS, and the results were
The last
pretty.
was in 2021.
21, the results were declared in 22 probably, and the results were lower, and that was related to pandemic effect, but it was less than 50% also, what I saw, especially the grade 10, which was conducted separately. The science and maths went down to, I think, 35 to 40%, if I remember correctly.
The grade 10 was not conducted separately in 2021. NAS, the National Achievement Survey, that please take your seat. You can give your response sitting also. It's all right. So, the NAS we have been conducting since 2001, NAS or the National Achievement Survey. But then from 2017, we made a huge difference to that. We started doing it at the district level. We went more granular. Initially, we were doing it at the state level. My unit of sampling, my unit of reporting was state. But then when we used to come out with the reports, it was not much of use. So 2017, we made a major shift, wherein first we went at the district level. We did all the classes together. This was again a shift from the previous NAS. In 2017, we did all the grades together. That is, we assessed grade 3, grade 5, grade 8, and grade 10. And then this was repeated in 2021. NAS was done every 3 years. 2020 we couldn't do because of pandemic, and therefore we did it in 2021. Then the next NAS, or the Padak Rashtriya Sarvekshan as it is known right now, because it is now aligned to the National Education Policy 2020. That is why we have changed from what we used to do to the Padak Rashtriya Sarvekshan, what is now we are doing. Padak Rashtriya Sarvekshan, we have done it in grade 3, 6, and 9. Grade 3, why grade 3? Can any one of you tell me? Yes? Wonderful. So it is the end of the foundational. We wanted to understand what are the learning levels. Again, the learning levels, the systemic learning levels. I am not reporting to the individual child. I am reporting at the district level. So how the children in the districts, pan-India, are learning. And these results are available. Can you all see the dashboard here? So if you see out here, this is the national picture. This gives the number of schools that are there, that were assessed. This gives the number of teachers, and this gives the number of students. So in one particular day, that was, when was it, Mani? Perfect. So on 4th of December, we assessed 21 lakh students pan-India, covering all the 781 districts. We just missed one district. And why did we miss that? Because there were floods. We could not do it there. Rest, we have covered all the districts. And do you know of another common large-scale assessment that is there internationally to compare the... Oh, sorry. So, yes, it is the PISA. I would like other people also to respond. So, this program for international student assessment, if you see their coverage, they do in 81 different countries, and they are trying to understand the country performance. NAS, we are trying to understand at the national level the performance of the states and the districts. So when we see NAS vis-a-vis PISA, the number of students that participated was 6 lakhs plus. And compared to that, we have done 21 plus. So when it comes to India, the numbers are huge. So this is the national coverage that you see, and this is the percentage coverage in terms of gender, in terms of location, in terms of management, and in terms of social group. So management, you can see that state government, government aided, private recognized, and the central government, all different types of management of schools, they have participated. Now, out here, you have all the 36 states dashboard available. Would you like to see any particular state, Ramanji, or? Yes. Delhi, okay, everybody's interested in Delhi. Let's go to Delhi. So Delhi, you can give a search here, you can go to the map and, click Delhi, or you can kind of come to the, scroll down, come to Delhi, and you can come to view dashboard. So this is the performance of Delhi, and this is the performance of Delhi in the foundation stage. Can you see? And these are the competencies. At the end of foundation, we have assessed the students in 2 subjects only. That is language and mathematics. And all these competencies are mapped to what? To NCF. Foundational stage, and NCF SC. I'm sorry, I'm from assessment. I'll be asking you all questions. So we have the 2 curricular framework given where the competencies have been defined. So we have totally mapped it to because it is very, very crucial that when we go to the grassroots, we have everything aligned. So for us at Parak, everything is stemming from the national education policy to the national curricular framework for foundation education and national curricular framework for school education. Then we have the assessment framework that we have developed at Parak, or the holistic progress card. Again, if you see that these are the competencies that we have assessed in language. There are only 3 competencies. And if you hover around the bar, you can see, read the complete competency. Can somebody read it for me? Is it visible to all of you at the back? Yeah, I know. You can open it in your mobile also. You can come over out here and read it. Anybody from the back? From the back, anybody? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please come. Yeah, we'll have some sports also. I think we can reduce it. Can we zoom in, please? Yeah. We would like to see that. 100%. No, there you can do it.
Ma'am, they have zoomed in. Which option should we go?
No. I'll do it.
Control minus.
Acha, they are, I think,
They are also good. They are also good. This is enough, ma'am, or more?
नहीं, पूरा है ना? पूरा dashboard दिख रहा है? हाँ, yeah.
ठीक है?
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so if you can read it out, please.
Yes. Sheet 10.5, it says, reads short stories and comprehends their meaning by identifying characters, storyline, and what the author wants to say on their own.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So this is the competency that we have assessed in language. Then this is the second competency, and this is the third. You will see that all these three competencies that we have assessed in the large-scale assessment, that is Parakrashtriya Sarvekshan, it kind of relates to the child reading with understanding, or the child reading with comprehension. Okay? Now, are there other competencies also in the language that we need to assess? Are there? Yeah. What are they? Do we have another mic for the... Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. In terms of pronunciation as well, and how the child is able to recognize the event sequence-wise in the prose or the storyline that has been given. So we usually tell them what's the climax in the story, so they are able to. CBSE has also given a number of list of LOs, competency-based, so we are using that as well.
All right, thank you. So, when as a teacher, we let's make it very simple. When I am at the foundation stage, when I am teaching the child the language, the first is the child should be able to read with understanding, right? For that, the child should be able to listen to the communications, and the child should be able to write, right? Writing is also a skill in languages. Listening is also a skill in language, right? Communication is also another skill in language. Why did not I take those? Or in PISA, do they have a listening skill, a writing skill, or a communication skill? Why? Why? Have we asked these questions? Why? Why don't we have? Because it's a large-scale assessment. In a large-scale assessment, these are standardized assessment. These are very different. This is what I want you to understand, that these standardized assessment are very different than the assessment that I do as a teacher in the classroom. My assessments are non-standardized because I'm not comparing anybody. But out here we are comparing. So to do that comparability with objectivity for a listening, for a writing becomes very difficult. And especially at the level, at the masses that we are going to. So that's why we restrict to reading with understanding. What is Nipun? What is Nipun Bharat? You talked about Viksit Bharat, right? And I am really happy to be here today that all of us together are going to march hand in hand towards a Viksit Bharat. And for that, Nipun is crucial. What is Nipun? What is the full form of Nipun? All right, this is your home assignment. What is, yes, somebody said that. Yeah, you can Google, you can use AI. Please go ahead. This is a learning session. We will use all our resources. So these are the reading with understanding, and if you see that how Delhi has performed, this is the performance at the in this particular competency, how at the national level, and this is how Delhi has performed. The children in Delhi has performed. This is the mathematics competencies. And if you see how many competencies did we take in mathematics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? So we have taken 12 competencies. Which is the competency which the students are performing the least, the lowest? The least performing competency? Which is the one? 43%. Wonderful, yes. So who will come and read the competency which is being performed the least? Thank you for coming. I'm telling you, Bansalji. Please come up. Tell me which is the competency that is least performing, the 43%, right? And what is that competency?
This is C8.11. C8.11 performs simple transactions using money up to INR 100.
Yes, thank you so much. So this is a competency which the child is finding difficult to do, which is the competency which the children are doing well. What is this? The second one identifies. Who will read it? Anybody?
Yes, ma'am. It's C8.2 identifies and extends simple patterns in their surroundings, shapes, and numbers.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this is, we are looking at performance of students from Delhi. Yes, we are looking at the performance of students from Delhi. Now here you can see the average performance. Okay? And how the Delhi has performed in terms of gender, whether the girls are doing better or the boys are doing better, in terms of location, in terms of management. So if you can see, the state government schools in Delhi at the foundation stage are doing better. And then we have in terms of performance, in terms of social groups, and again in mathematics. Okay? Now what you can do is, you can, you want to see any particular district in Delhi? Northwest. Okay, wonderful. So let's go to how, so we saw the state performance, right? And then you can download the state report also here. So the entire state report you can download from here to understand about the performance more. Now let us go to Northwest Delhi and see how they are performing. So this is at the end of foundation. Who will interpret this for me? Who will interpret these graphs for me? Anybody? They are very simple. Just tell me what does the graph shows? What does the graph tells you? Yes, please come.
Actually, the graph shows.
Please come in front. Let's go to average performance and see. Yeah. Tell me what does this part shows? This one, the top one. Northwest.
This is showing that district Northwest, and it is showing 62%.
Okay.
That in this competency, in my opinion, in district Northwest, 62% students were able to achieve this competency.
This is average performance,
Average
not
performance.
individual competency. Indeed, competency-wise, this is the tab. Okay? And this is the tab for the average performance. Okay? So, Northwest, so what do I get? 62, 62, 64. What does it tell me?
It tells that when we, students' outcomes on the basis of these competencies, that up to what level the students have achieved that competency.
Very simply, who will tell me? Yeah, thank you so much. Just interpret this graph. What is it telling me? Yes. Perfect. 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 So here actually in this graph we are comparing the performance of the district in Delhi vis-a-vis the state Delhi vis-a-vis the national performance. So we see that the district is performing less than the national, but is at par with the average performance of the state. Not the benchmark. These are the percent correct.
So if in a competency, let's say 50% achieve and 50% don't achieve, then what is the benchmark
That
of
means,
their achievement of 50%?
No, that's a separate standard setting that we will be releasing later. The benchmark that is required, which we have done in 2017 and 2021, we will be coming out with it. Here it is only simply says that the average performance of the children in that particular competency in Delhi is this percent.
I ask this because from study to study, because intelligence would increase as you go along. So would the benchmark also changes?
Yes, of course. We have done and again, the benchmarking exercise is also a very intricate and it's a different, a different sort of an exercise wherein we look at the quantitative data and also the qualitative inputs that we get from the pedagogical experts, from the teachers, and we try to get feedback from them and arrive at a benchmark. Oh, I think I have already exceeded my time. I gave an alarm and so, yes, so what I was saying, gender, location management, social group, and now this was just the foundation stage. Okay. Similarly, we have for the preparatory. Preparatory, again, you can see the competencies. And in preparatory, we assessed 3 subjects. We assessed language, we assessed mathematics, and we assessed the world around us. Okay? End of preparatory. And these are the average performance in preparatory. So again, what does the first graph tells you? That Northwest Delhi in preparatory also, it is performing better than, slightly better than the national, but then compared to Delhi's performance, it is lower. And this is the performance in mathematics and this is slightly behaving erratically, the mouse. And this is the performance in the world around us. Okay? Similarly, you have for the middle stages. So you have for the middle stage, we have assessed only one competency, that is reading with understanding. Okay, middle stage we assessed which grade? Grade? Yeah, but we assessed the grade 9 students because whatever learning is happening, it has to be sustainable. So that is what we are assessing. So in grade 9, and these are the competencies in mathematics, and these are in sciences, and also in social sciences. So there is everything for all the teachers out here. And then again, oops, I'm so sorry. This is the average performance. Again, we see that compared to performance of state of Delhi, Northwest Delhi, the district, is performing less. Okay? And you can also check the competencies which are not performing well. Mathematics, this competency, only 28% are performing it well. So, applies both inductive and deductive logic to formulate definitions, conjectures, evaluate, and produce convincing arguments, proofs to turn these definitions and conjectures into theorems or correct statements. Parak has also released sample questions which we have used to assess these competencies. And we would like all of you to look at these sample questions. But again, like I was just telling about the story of Estonia, I was sharing, so I do not want that it should be a teaching to the test. Like we have come up with one sample and using the same format, using the same language, just changing the numbers here and there, you make 50 of them and make a question bank and give it to the child. No. We want the child to learn to construe knowledge, how the knowledge is built up. And for construing that knowledge, as a child, I require competencies. And that is what we are bringing through our holistic progress card. So given this, now you know which are the competencies. My request to you would be pick up these competencies and use the HPC to improve on these competencies, right? And the discussion does not stop out here, because one day of sensitization is not going to be enough. I would like you to be in constant dialogue with us. I would request Rdias to constantly have dialogues with Parak so that we can, because our main mission is to improve the learning level, to make, when I'm talking about Viksit Bharat 2047, we want a competent, a skilled Bharat. Thank you so much. So I think Mani and Sunisha, I'll leave the HPC to you. Otherwise, I'll take the time. Or should I introduce it? We would love to have questions.
Ma'am, I would like to know about Parak. Is it in association with Safal?
SAFAL again is an acronym. SAFAL is being conducted by CBSE. Okay, CBSE is again a different organ. It's a board. It's a central board of secondary education. Parak, as mandated by National Education Policy 2020, is the National Assessment Center. And it has come up to work in three major areas. One is this large-scale assessment to understand how the systems are performing. Second, for equivalence of boards. You all know that there are 66 boards. When Parak started the equivalence research for the boards, there were 69 recognized boards. I'm talking about only recognized boards. There are many states, please sit down. There are many states wherein we have, there are states wherein there are 5 boards also. So there are states where we have boards separate for Madhyamik and Uch Madhyamik, that is for secondary and higher secondary, right? So, and with this 69 boards, now 66, how do we bring in equivalence? Because after all, if I'm there as a child, if Mani is there, she's studying in another board, Sunisha is studying in another board, whatever the marks that I get, all of us should have it. There needs to be a comparability, right? Which at present is missing. And this research we have done, we have analyzed the question paper of all the boards, and the research paper is in the public domain. The equivalence of board, if you Google search, you will take the document out, and in that document you will see that there is such a lot of variation between the boards. There, in terms of the cognitive domains that we are assessing, in terms of item difficulty, in terms of the weightages given to the format of assessment, that is the typology of the questions. So how to bring in some sort of a coherence in this lot of noise that is there, that is what we are working on in Parak along with the boards. We have, after doing this analysis of all the boards' question paper, using a question paper template, and then we also used questionnaire to understand the processes that the boards follows. And using all the data, we have culled out 5 domains of equivalence. And these 5 domains are administration, curriculum, assessment, infrastructure, and inclusivity. And the Parak is working very closely with all the boards to bring in equivalence in the learning assessments. And of course, CBSE is also in them. Thank you so much. Any other question? Yeah.
Ma'am, my query is regarding HPC, that during an academic year, how many times should we give HPC to the students? And secondly, up to which classes HPC should be given? First question is how many times during an academic year? And my second query is that up to which classes HPC should be issued to the students?
HPC, we have aligned it totally. I'm answering your second question first. HPC, we have aligned totally, sit down, to the National Education Policy 2020, the pedagogical stages mentioned there. The pedagogical stages, like you all know, that has been mentioned there, are the foundation, preparatory, middle, and secondary. Foundation caters to Balvatika 1, 2, 3, grade 1, grade 2. We have a holistic progress card for the foundation. So the holistic progress card are not grade specific, but they are stage specific. And why are they stage specific? Yes, wonderful. Because the competencies are stage specific. I am not looking at, if you have seen the competencies, how the journey of competencies, in NCFFS, they have defined how in one grade what should be the competency. We have it in the PPT, Mani. We have it in the PPT. We'll take you, because if I talk with you in an abstract manner, it will not be understood. So how the competencies, the same competency needs to be defined in the first grade and how it evolves over the grades. So you have the entire 5 years in foundation to develop that competency. Similarly, for the preparatory, you have the 3 years. You have for the middle, again, 3 years, because 6th, 7th, 8th caters to middle. And secondary, you have 9, 10, 11, 12. Secondary, it is a huge shift that Parak has proposed. And like Director Rdias said that, what was it? Kalam na kare, right? Sorry. Haan, Shakho ko kalam na kare. And this is what my request would be from Parak. Tread carefully, because you are treading on my dreams. It's the children's dreams that we are working on. So whatever we do, we have to be very careful. When we have come out with Parak, the holistic progress card, we have had lot of exchanges with the states. When NEP 2020 said that, you need a 360-degree holistic progress card, we called the states and we asked them. States means all 36 states and UTs, the representatives from them. What is it you think should go into the holistic progress card? So Parak is not working in a closed door, in a glass chamber. They said something We went to the field, we spoke to the teachers, we spoke to the parents, we spoke to the experts in the field. Gyan Prabodhine is one of them who has contributed from Pune. So we kind of had all those things, we developed something. Then again, we took it back to the states. That this is what we have developed. What do you think? Are there any gaps? Anything else you would like to see added to it? Tell us. They told us, हमें लगता है इसको ऐड करना चाहिए, इसको हटा दीजिए, ये नहीं कर पाएंगे. We took all those suggestions. Again, we ruminated over it. We discussed with the experts. We prepared something. Then we came back again. We said, now we have developed this. Go pilot it in the districts. Pilot it in the district, not just in the urban schools, in the rural schools, in the tribal schools. We said in each district, try and pilot out around, take 5 schools. We gathered all the data from there. And then we looked at the data. So when you ask me, मैडम कितनी बार भरना है HPC को, ये आपके ऊपर है. आप डिसाइड करेंगी एज एन एम्पावर्ड टीचर, क्या इस बच्चे के लिए मुझे एक बार भरना काफ़ी है? क्या इस बच्चे के लिए मुझे 2 बार 3 बार चाहिए? मैं तो ट्राइबल स्कूल में पढ़ा रही हूँ. मैं जो टीचर हूँ, मैं जो ट्राइबल स्कूल में पढ़ा रही हूँ, मेरे बच्चे वहाँ के, मेरे लैंग्वेज भी उनको समझ नहीं आता. क्या एक बार काफ़ी होगा उनके लिए? Keep adding. So this is your empowerment. This is your tool that you need to use. And in HPC, the main thing that we have done is we have given the agency to the child. This is what you need to understand. When I am, as a teacher, I am assessing, or when the learning is happening in the classroom, accountability does not lie only with the teacher. It lies with the child, it lies with the community. Community is a very, very important part of the teaching learning process. And this we have to understand. It takes a village to raise a child. And we cannot ignore that. We cannot be like a, वो क्या बोलते हैं, घोड़े के उसमें वो लगा देते हैं दोनों तरफ. In Hindi, what do you say that? नहीं, not the lagam. So, and the ghoda can only look straight and not look here and there. No, I cannot just look straight in my mobile phone and my world ends there. No, I have to interact with people. I have to know the people. As a community, unless and until I understand that, yes, whatever is happening in this 4 walls, it is good for my child. It will help my child in the future. Only then I will value. जब तक वो valuing नहीं होगा, it will not work. If I alien the community. Now, many a times, we did this long back. You talked about 2019 when NCERT came up with the learning outcomes in 2016. And 2016 में जब हम लर्निंग आउटकम्स लेके आए, हमने बोला था कि सारे स्कूल्स में आप इनको लिखवा दीजिए बाहर लर्निंग आउटकम्स. एंड आई वाज टेकिंग अ सेशन लाइक दिस कि सारे स्कूल्स में लगा दीजिए एंड वो कीजिए. देन वन ऑफ द, एंड ऑफ कोर्स लाइक NCERT वी गो ऑल ओवर pan-India. So it was a rural setting where one of the teachers, and again government school, one of the teachers stood up and said, मैडम आपने तो बोल दिया, हमने तो लगा दिया, पर क्या फ़ायदा? हमारे यहाँ तो जो आते हैं वो तो माँ बाप तो पढ़े लिखे होते ही नहीं हैं, वो क्या पढ़ेंगे? सो आई वॉज लाइक यस, बिल्कुल सही. I was trying to say that मैं कैसे react करूं. Meanwhile, somebody from the participants only got up and said that क्या हुआ, एक नहीं पढ़ा हुआ होगा, दूसरा तो होगा, दूसरा बताएगा कि ये पढ़ रहे हैं. And the best part was somebody said, बच्चा बताएगा, माँ तुझे मालूम है मैं क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ, मैं ये पढ़ रहा हूँ. And these dialogues needs to happen at home. In the rural, in the urban setup, in a place like Delhi, we are more than involved. We do not understand the rural climb. But that is where we need to reach out to. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening us with the panoramic view of HPC. May I now request Director Rdias, Professor Dr. Raman Garg, to please felicitate Madam Bhaduri ji as a token of great respect and gratitude. May I have a huge round of applause, please? As we walk the path of knowledge and unity, let us now pause for a moment of togetherness. Let's continue this dialogue informally and build deeper connections. You people are most welcomely invited to join us for a high tea in the hall above the lecture theatre. Kindly ensure that everyone is seated by 11:30 for the workshop on Holistic Progress Card session to be conducted by the Parak team. But before moving ahead, I would request the dignitaries and the dear participants to please come forward for a group photograph.